optimizing a bit too much for today.
And in Flying Clouds, it's showing us an 88% win rate for Team Liquid.
I'm not sure how Aurora feels about this, but we just gotta.
Game keempat.
Okay.
If you're a Lion, if you're a
Drop
Aurora
the
fan,
band.
you
Arlot
just gotta put your
Boxia,
hands up,
Jisensin,
spam
Lancelot,
that blue
Ezong.
heart, or that light blue heart.
First pick,
Everything's happening
TLPH.
so
So fast, what the heck's happening here? Insta locking
Red
here with
Ring.
Easy on the further end, and Doming Kite back on the tower.
Oh my
Edit.
God!
Ikut
What is
kaca.
happening, Bree? Okay. There's a name for this kind of speed in
Lapu-lapu
draft. I think
Granger.
Blitz draft.
it's supposed, it's a blitz draft, but now it's another jungler for
Akai.
Demon Kites.
Wah, ini Aurora udah mulai aneh-aneh nih.
An
Tadi
Akai
Cecilion.
for Demon Kite.
This feels like it is going to be. I'm sorry to say this. It feels like a last ditch attempt
Yeah.
to really stop
Akai
the Frederick
jungle.
man, stop the Fred man from
Boxia di ban
overtaking
guys.
this
Iya
game.
You
iya
gotta
iya.
have a
iya.
way to be a
Tadi
bit
dia
more
kan
secured when it comes to objective
terpaksa
things.
juga
Akai
pakai barat
definitely has
tadi.
one of the biggest resources that you can use to prevent easy access to either using your retribution or just contesting the objectives in general. Oh, I'm seeing myself. Hello.
Hey.
But yeah. So they take out the Farsa. Finally, it gets respected as well here. So there won't be any go-to artillery mages available for the second phase of the draft so
If
far.
di ban Farsha.
Is that one way they're trying to balance this out by removing some of these mid lane picks that could disrupt the team fight?
Yeah, I think now's the time that we get to see a Kimi from Aurora, because there's a Gadot Kimi matchup potentially, and there are no ranged burst damage mages.
Yeah, no major threats to
Yeah.
you, so that might be an option.
And even dive, because it's just a Lapu, and at least you have like a way to quickly reposition yourself if ever you did want to, but at most it's just a Fredrin that's serving as the front. We don't know what JP's hero is yet though, so that's also
Valentina.
one thing they might want to consider. But based on how things are going, or based on how things have been going, the
Novaria.
Hilda also too is still available, though I might not consider that, especially in this scenario where the Akai is the jungler for Aurora. So JP maybe might pick up something else this time around.
I still am waiting for the chip from JP.
Are we? But this is an Akai Gatot Kacha
No,
though, so the
flank,
AOG and the heavy spin might not make it that easy for a chip.
The combo
to
is
come
off,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, you could do the assassination 5-man gank.
Yeah, honestly, even the build is still there.
Yeah.
Aduh, Cecilion lagi dia mau ngapain guys?
On the Cecilion.
Kejadian 1 jam ada guys.
So going back, I think available roamers out there are.
You want to be safe. You do want to
Itu
kill the
4-0
hero.
nih guys.
But Hilda really is there. Oh,
Hilda.
Hilda.
We're going global.
Okay,
Hilda
what
Louis.
does Edward pick in this scenario? Edward has to have a very reliable XP laner.
We might have to go Alice or
The Alice is there, but
Terizla.
it's the
It's Terizla. Yeah. There you go.
Terizla.
Okay. I mean, this is so. It's like plugging a hole in the sinking ship.
I'm trying to
We're
digest
speechless.
everything that's happening. Because aside from the fact that this was probably the fastest draft we've ever had for the whole series, this is looking so much like Liquid's comfort.
It is. It's maximum comfort. They have not brought out the Lo Yi in a long time as well, Brigida.
And I'm not sure how I feel about the synergies of the Gatot Akai Terizla.
Same here. So I don't know what Aurora's thinking, but I hope that we can be surprised, or else this is going to be the last series for the day, or last game for the day. Run over there, casters. Let's go.
Championship point right now for Team Liquid Philippines, unless Aurora, with this interesting draft to say the least, can do something about it in this game 4 looking at the draft with your analyst hat on, man. What's going on here? This looks a little confusing.
Throwback to MSC 2025. It was the Fredrin Akai matchup that gave SRG the only win that they got against Team Liquid Philippines in the grand finals then. Let's see if it is actually a panda-sized hole that is the problem of Aurora, and it's enough with an Akai to plug it. They have their Harris, they have their Sicilian, back to comforts. Edward needs to be on point with his entries alongside Light on the Gatot Kacha.
There's a big problem about that, Renmar. This is not MSC 2025. We are thousands of miles away from Riyadh, almost 6 months removed from a said event. And even if, guess who won that damn big tournament?
Well, we all know who that was. And it's crazy to think that, again, for how many times have we seen the gold lane change in the season, and especially here in the playoffs, and all we've seen today is Granger and Harith.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to these two gold laners, those are the top picks for both of them. The most synonymous with their Mpl Philippines Season 16 versions. Lots of tough boots across the board because of all the crowd control that both lineups had. Lo Yi has had a terrible MPL Philippines Season 16. That is the one thing that Aurora is banking on. One of the few things that they can bank on here, that Liquid need to change their narrative around that hero. Let's see once we are in the turtle fights, if the heavy spin is enough to mess up with Carl TZ's retreat game.
Oh, JP pressing load game on all of the previous wins that he had in his best of 7, just on Light's face. Yua too getting managed. Turtle down to a 5th of its health. Heavy spin by Demon Kite, pinning down 40.
mati.
He takes down the smiling demon as Carl takes the turtle. Sanford falls.
Mati lagi ya, nice.
Once more, double kill for the chef.
Not the start you want to have. Could have been significantly
Ini kalau
cleaner.
mid lane namanya Sansan gitu ngeri
I'm
gitu ya.
gonna regret fighting that first turtle like that. But Aurora are still in this. Dominic has been controlling OHEM in lane. Sanji's appearance here is one of the few times that Dominic has been able to show up. But now with OHEM, with a level gap, able to balance things out towards his favor.
And this is the thing here too, JP, someone's got to control JP from Aurora, man. He's been having a hell of a time, probably one of his best series so far in his career against Aurora, game to game to game to game, and it's causing too much havoc on Demon Kite even to even have this kind of jungler that we're used to seeing for Demon Kite.
Yeah, it was Sanford who was able to get this. Oh, AOG, Light misses.
That's it. OHEM flickers out. Sanji too. Close call, but Liquid will do anything to be able to keep this 1,000 gold lead.
I'm seeing a lot of desperation from Aurora from the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Look, JP and Sanford, they're not letting this guy farm comfortably at all. This has been the toughest series Demon God has ever played all season long.
That's what I said. I think maybe what they found out, one of the weak points here to Aurora to deal with that dominant gameplay we've seen all season from them is to put unbelievable pressure on Demon Kite. Again, and throughout the series, he has not been able to position himself to even contest the objectives the way that he wants, or the way we're used to seeing
Ini
Demon
tadi
Kite.
kalau nggak Harith Granger.
He goes down. Light takes a nap.
Mati guys,
Massive
betul katanya.
disconnect. I was surprised that it was that bush that Light was holding at that point. Just hold lower bottom mid, or in his perspective, it's upper mid.
Oh,
Brave Spider by 40, delaying
Turtle.
Edward the retreat. I think he wanted to respond somewhere. Oh no, it's Sansan right on Edward. They send themselves down bottom, rotating towards the turtle.
dijemput Lo Yi guys.
Already Salmon Force.
Lapu-lapunya guys.
Liquid pushes them out of that favorable position.
Itu Trizlanya ketinggalan di sana, dia
A
nge-push
good
yuk.
use of the diversion to come help secure that second turtle. But now look at this, they're gonna put pressure on the
Dapat lagi, dia dapat turtle, dapat bot biru.
He did not commit
Tuh,
the
bot merahnya
turtle.
tuh.
He slowly used his abilities and basic attacks to take it down.
Bot merah, bot merah.
Retribution away.
Bot
And
merah
now
guys.
the clock is starting to strike
Aduh,
midnight.
rame-rame,
Getting
udah.
closer and closer to the story of Aurora ending with heartbreak.
Edward gets hit with an abrasive
Hampir ya.
survives with about 10 HP. trying to revitalize.
Aurora's in that position now where, oh, hold on, Domikai should be okay, but man, JP again just being a nuisance all over the place. Aurora's in the position where they have to support Demon Kite or at least find a win somewhere else.
Joseph, do you hear how ridiculous that sounds?
It does.
Support the Akai?
He needs help.
I need so much more help. Aurora hasn't changed their game plan all series long. Instead of focusing on making sure that Demon Kite is comfortable, Demon Kite can get farmed, that the center of the map is good, they've been changing their focuses, putting a lot more focus on the Dominic Kite, not putting enough focus on the Edward as well, and Demon Kite is suffering.
I mean, look at this. They're centered around Demon Kite right now too as he falls further behind.
Oh, dijemput lagi deh guys.
Diversion trip to mid lane.
Komit.
Again, what can Aurora do from this point? Who do they go for? Who do they bank on? Is it just Dominic kind of
Oh.
Aaron?
Light intercepting on Carl. Sanford.
Oh, Trizlanya ketinggalan terus guys.
Defensive heavy spin. Bravest fighter already. Keeping back the Apex Predator. Oh no, Demon Kite's not gonna taste his purple once more.
Dia lebih jalannya lambat itu guys.
Every angle, every entry point blocked off, every member, man-to-man zone.
Onto the turret, in between it they go. Light's gonna be in trouble again. He's so low.
Called easy with the Brazers. Rat 7 force dropped by Dominic Kite. The flicker from Sanji. Backing
Hancur
out.
guys,
Push
mereka.
in mid, tier 1 down.
JP
Perfect
sees the
turtle.
low health bar on Dominic Kite, and he's like, you know what? Nah, I won't risk it yet. We don't have that 6-7K goal that we usually have.
You know what else? It's funny.
Loh,
The
dapat
fact that JP
dapat
stood there and
overhead.
showed him, yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah,
That must
this
be
time.
some mental damage dealt to Dominic Kite's game.
From the walkouts to what they're doing during the game, from walking out from the playing area to back to their huddle areas, it seems like that's been the story. Liquid have just been living rent-free in Rora's heads. Rora have not played their game all series long. Rora have looked uncomfortable all series long. And now
Nonton,
Liquid,
Bang.
it's their series to lose, their game to lose. Glowing wand locked in for the Sicilian, but still, the lead is too far.
This makes sense because a
Oh,
lot of us
look
forgot
guys,
from
look
Round
guys.
16, this is their house. This is where
Super.
Stallions live and run free. They are the defending champions and they are bullying Aurora since game 1. Heavy spin, they isolate the goat. Cody, he sent underneath TMB down bottom. That's a
Good
kill
job
for
guys.
Aurora.
Keren
There
ini.
we go. That's something Aurora needs.
Mundur, mundur,
With an
mundur, mundur,
AOG.
mundur.
Intercepted by JP and Sanji. They lay down a smackdown on the light. Bravest fighter.
Oh, masih
Huddling
main
the
aja
shot.
guys.
Hey, take him down. Serving up a kill to Ohem.
All part of the plan, I guess, for TLPH. Maybe Carl TZ wasn't supposed to be heavy spun into a turret, but TL still gets something and it's
Masih
still on the
dimain
purple.
guys.
They don't even have the retribution. They just have the man advantage. And they still get it. And it's on the Granger of all people.
Yell 1 is a different beast the day he woke up, and he chose to be greater than ever. He chose to show the world, hey, I am the M3 MVP.
Itulah pula
I
pakai
am a
sepatu
3-time
badut.
champion. Now he's looking to be a 4-time champion.
This has to be heartbreaking for the Roras. It was Rora that had the most clear, coded intention of
Tidak
the
takut
season.
kena putar
Champions.
akai deh guys.
That's it. No looking towards M7. Just get the championship. Finally win that chip for the org. They missed out on it in 14. Didn't even make it to the grand finals in 15. But now they are on the brink of just getting trampled by the hooves of Liquid.
Juxtaposed to Liquid, who clearly said in their post-match interview last night, we're looking at M7. What is this? Another day in the office?
I think it is just another day here for Team Liquid as this is another objective that's going to be going in the hands of Carl TZ. Aurora isn't even close to this. They're huddled around the tier 2 turret,
lagi.
trying to think of a plan on how to get this game under control.
Joseph, is this a turquoise move?
Kayak pakai retring nggak sih guys?
They're stuck, man. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Aurora, I think even for themselves, if the Stampede for some reason has just completely whiplashed them throughout this series 4 games in a row.
And leading the charge is JP. Oh, diversion.
Oh,
They made out a heavy spin from Demon Kite, who was just
So
doing his
selamat
darndest to
Akai.
get his own purple, and he gets denied again.
This is not a series at all for Demon Kite. Can't even touch his buffs. They have to watch the tier 2 turret fall. That Lord made its way down the bottom. Aurora needs so much more time to make this composition shine, and it's just not happening here.
In a season where the defending world champions, Onyx Philippines, admit that they've forgotten who they are, Liquid are reminding the world who the hell they are right now. Closer and
Gatot
closer
ngapain
to
sih?
immortality yet
Memang
again.
lompat nih.
Gets defended down bottom. Finds Edward. Light with the
Cancel guys.
intercept to the back line. 7-4 dropped in. Light
Mati
falls.
Gatotnya guys.
OF gets another one. Snaps.
Ush,
OF goes down. Yua gets the kill. Edward barely alive. Carl Teasy goes
enggak
down.
kena turun ya. Aduh,
Massive
aduh, aduh.
trade. Big win for Aurora. 2 for 1.
Udah
Sanji
mati
gonna
Sanji.
fight it too. Make it 3.
A big trade for Aurora. They lost the base turret, but Team
Mati
Liquid
4
has
guys.
done this time and time again. That first Lord 5K ahead, they go into the base anyway.
Now that was Aurora's fault. That was Edward and Light with the link up, the flank, the gank, the set, and Demon Guy getting the heavy spin to make sure that they can even get a kill onto Sanji. Now we've got ourselves a game. This is now within Light's reach.
Let's take a look at the replay, exactly what happened again. Edward jumps in, Light comes
Tuh,
from the
HP
back.
langsung flicker
They
guys.
do get
Nggak kena
overloaded
guys.
with damage, but they force it all this under the turret. So even when Carl goes down, Edward gets away with a sliver of health.
Tapi mati juga.
That is
Oh,
the magic keywords. Under the turret.
Under the turret. It's happened many times.
So that means that wouldn't have happened elsewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Aurora has to take their lucky stars. Liquid were willing to overcommit.
You asked if this is a turquoise coded Ube. One of the greatest strengths of Ube back in the heyday was making comebacks through moments like these. Being able to come back just when you thought they'd lose one sequence or turn it around. There is still a significant lead that they have to chip away at. Carl Teasy with the Athena shield, Dominance Eyes didn't full build into the anti-cuirass, but OHEB still has a significant lead over Dominguez. Good thing for them is now, though it's 12 minutes in, then yeah, they already have the Holy Crystal on the Harith and a Divine Claim as well for the Sicilian. So this is within comeback reach, and Liquid cannot overheat.
They can't overheat. Aurora, how are they even in a position to want to contest this?
For the first time in 12 minutes,
kita lihat
yes.
Ceciliana ada bot biru guys ya.
What a dance. JP taking that flank. Aurora have eyes on him. I'm pretty sure someone saw. JP comes in.
Lord.
Eyes on UF, forcing that fast face. Lord at a tenth of its health.
Awas akainya muter guys. Akainya guys. Aduh, dapet akai nih guys. Ah kan? Nggak bisa nge-retry jauh diputer-puter gitu guys.
He's gone. The diversion's going to be used. They can still get out of there. They have to get out. But Demon Kite got the Lord. They go back.
Salmon Force by Domin Kite pushing OHEB out. Now the next target gonna be
Bantuin OHEB, OHEB.
Predator against 3. In comes OHEB. Daddy Jake beats
Itu
the
keras sekali Gatot kaca guys.
Edward's going to miss. OHEB still
Nice.
JP
Kejar.
Edward gets taken out by his former brother OHEB. Now it's just you and Light left.
What
Aduh.
are they going to do? They have to deal with the Lord here. Light and UI will be able to clear out the minions, so it's going to be just that. Lord
Sayang,
buys
dapat
them time
akai
for
loh.
Aurora to stay in the game.
This is the most exciting the series has been all grand finals long. Liquid do not have the iron grip as they did. Aurora finding clapbacks. The heavy spin perfect. Demon Kite getting the retry. But it was Liquid with the counter punish yet again. They can't afford to do that because of the lead. And who was it that showed up right at the nick of time to turn things around? It was the Hilda running up to Aurora. But Aurora are still in this. And Liquid must not rest on their laurels and their lead.
So
Ah.
2 warning shots now.
Ini makin
To the
lama ya.
cavalry. Hey, you slipped up once inside the base. Even outside the base, Aurora can clap back. I'm looking at Daddy JP's items. He's got to build that bolt, man.
He's got to get the ball, do a little damage. The Blade of Hephaestus might be able to help him do that, but
Finish the job. I think that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Dominicite died earlier.
Yep.
Then maybe the exchange would have been better for Liquid.
it might have been.
Yeah, he was single-handedly zoning on Yue again.
Yeah.
Which is why it felt like a long time for we were wondering where the hell's the Sicilian, where's all the effects of the Sicilian spells, and it didn't happen up until JP finally showed up, and then Yue could finally join in.
At this point, though, Aurora has accomplished one thing, that's time. Again, we talked about this when the Sicilian was picked up earlier on by UA, and that's what he needs to get the stacks.
They bought time.
They did buy time, and he just got a clock of destiny for more time. So now at this point, Aurora is in an actual position of contention for the next Lord. That's really what the focus is going to be here. Unless TLPH, mind you, we haven't seen the
Coba
low
bisa
E pop
biru
up too
ambil
much,
aja
but now
guys.
that you have that, you can play at a macro level.
Ambil
And they're
aja.
still going to put pressure on the purple buff of Demon
Ah,
Knight. But he will
dapat.
go ahead, and it looks like he doesn't get it. He hasn't had majority of his buffs, but I'll tell you what, the last fight for the Lord is why we saw what an Akai can bring to these objectives. If the team is able to capitalize on that and Demon Kai can get that space with a heavy spin, he can secure it. And every
Tuh
Lord that's
Luiginya
secured from
ngambil
this
biru.
point is a big win for Aurora.
Aurora has had immaculate minion wave control all season long,
Lord.
and they have to keep that up.
Apakah terulang lagi?
The bottom lane, the
Ini harus
lack of
mancing
good
AK-nya
help
ulti
from the turret
dulu
in the
guys.
mid lane, and they're up against Liquid Slow Yi, Sanji Slow Yi. How hard
AK-nya
for you would
matiin
it be
dulu.
if, despite everything that they've done in this game, it's a signature Liquid backdoor?
Tuh sekarat guys.
Ton of damage already at half health.
Tengah loh.
Look at Atomica. He flushes Daddy JP out, and that is a huge threat. Maybe even more
Lagi.
so than Red Bull.
KP goes mid bottom. He wants to go ahead and push that turret in so that UA has to respond.
Yeah, he's just hitting the siege minion. He's not full clearing it, allowing the minions to slowly finish the job so he can rejoin.
Makanya guys.
Demon Kai, he's gonna have to make a play.
Sanford on him. Oh,
Maksa lagi guys. Oh kan dapat AK lagi guys. Aduh. Wow. End guys. End. Gila. Itu langsung ke sana teleport. Oh, Rohepnya kenapa guys?
Team Liquid Philippines are your Mpl Season 16 champions.
Champion.
Answered with an undeniable reality that crushes the brightest of dreams. Team Liquid are better.
Wah, nggak terduga ya.
Team Liquid are on the golden stampede. Team Liquid are undisputed.
It runs in their blood. They've done this over and over again. From Jakarta to Malaysia to Cambodia, a backdoor win by Liquid.
Propose the possibility. I didn't expect it would actually happen. I already said it leading up to that Lord.
I said as well, the Louis Yi is a macro play. And they just brought the cavalry down there. We talked about managing that wave. And they used it to their advantage to win the championship.
The story continues for Aurora. Tonight ends in heartbreak and tears. All the hard work that they did in the regular season. Reminding them whose house this is. This is Liquid's.
Again, it's been amazing to be with you guys joining around the world. Season 16 has been a treat. It's been us, the Wee Bear Bros, me, Leo, and Renmar to bring you the action. Let's throw it over on stage to hear for our winners.
4-0 bang. Tadi kalau nggak teleport aja Luiginya bang, kalah juga itu bang.
Super fans, with that sweep, make some noise for your back-to-back champions, Team Liquid Philippines!
After 8 weeks and 5 days of the playoffs, we now have our Mpl Philippines Season 16 champions! Get ready to lift your trophy you've earned!
What a moment. An opportunity for them to complete the golden road, and they have what it takes to continue it yet again. Making something happen. Moments for them, and now I think it is time.
I think they're ready this time! Get ready to lift the trophy you've earned! In 3, 2, 1!
Lahat ng pagod at sakripisyo para makuha ang pangarap. A well-deserved trophy the awards, we welcome on stage Mr. Victor Tan Kabuay, Best of Project Manager. Now to award their medals. Coach Tic Tac.
Coach RC.
Sanji.
JP.
Perks.
Carl TZ.
The Apex Predator. Sanford.
Oheb. And their manager, Miss Mitch Liwana. Once again, your champions, Team Liquid Philippines! And finally, we award our final MVP! The player that has significantly contributed to their team's road to immortality. Presenting this award is Ms. Janet R. Pluma, Supervising Sports and Games Regulation Officer. And Mr. John Carlo R. Felix, Sports and Games Inspector. And now, are you ready to find out your finals MVP?
Ini Aurora nanti masuk nggak dia bang di M7 nih? Masuk.
Sino ang boto ng manla?
Any guesses? Isigaw nyo! And your finals MVP is...
MVP lah di si JP.
Once again, your finals MVP, JP. JP, congratulations. You now have a finals MVP kasama ang iyong mga kakampi. And mind you, JP is still undefeated in a grand final. What's the secret, JP? Ano bang nangyari?